Hello, Cynical But here again. Happy, joy. Right, technology. How has it improved our lives? Well, of course it has in many ways, but are the trade-offs we've had to make really worth it? I wonder if modern technology is more of a double-barreled shotgun than a double-edged sword, with one of the barrels pointing right back in our face. Is the internet a benefit to our children? You've got bizarre pornography, once seen, never forgotten, piped straight into the subconscious of really young children, via the phones, for example, maybe on the way to school. If it's particularly strange or weird, then it's immediately shared with friends. Boys, especially, seem to have an appetite for viewing the unusual and the extreme. Social media seems to mean social pressure. Social pressure becomes bullying. Bullying makes people feel diminished, thereby causing loss of dignity and self-worth. Some young people self-harm and even go as far as suicide. Some have other mental health issues such as anorexia, some get paranoid, some get into drink or into drugs, some become bullies themselves, and some withdraw from social interactions altogether. The list goes on of the damage inflicted by people upon each other via social media, generally upon the vulnerable and especially children. Yep, all these social ills existed before Facebook, etc., but it didn't occur on anything like the scale that they are happening now. Of course, there are many other related pressures contributing to the malaise. You've got chat rooms and forums on any subject you can imagine, and some from the depths of the sickest minds, many too dark and twisted for me to even think about. Please forgive me. I didn't want to research the matter. I don't want to go to any of these sites, and to be honest, I don't want it on my history. There are things in this world I just don't really want to know about. We don't need to go into the details of the practices that may be promoted, but when you consider a bunch of perverted sickos in a chat room, all egging each other on, all cross-pollinating their most abominable ideas, it must be truly horrifying for someone who isn't sick. But because they are sick bastards, they try to infect our pure, and am I going too far here, innocent minds with their disgusting disseminations. But anyway, enough about Hollywood. Let's crack on with the internet. Caught in the web, the World Wide Web, sinister name, created hackers. And hackers created the need for cybersecurity. Cybersecurity systems are then established, and hackers are used to test their effectiveness. Then more unauthorized or black hat hackers hack the system, creating a data breach. How can any of our data ever be truly secure? The next big information violation is only a couple of clicks away. It seems like hackers have the same effect on the internet as terrorists have on society. They are both the cause of and the excuse for ever-increasing security, which basically ends up as more and more authority figures trying to tell us that they have the right to search us and spy on us and coerce us into agreeing to their terms and conditions. Bit by bit, we are giving away our freedom and our privacy, and I don't fucking like it. So what am I going to do about it? I'm going to write an angry blog. Yes, or an angry podcast, and that'll really make all the difference. So there you go. Freedom to do as you're told. I don't go to abroad. I don't go to clubs. I don't go to gigs, because I don't give anyone the authority to search me. It's a matter of principle. I suppose it is sad, really, that my lifestyle is curtailed by the establishment's enthusiasm to clamp down on my freedom. Although, to be honest, it might just be my age. It also appears that hackers, like terrorists, may be working for or against our security services. It becomes very difficult to know who is on whose side, and to be honest, if anyone is actually on our side at all. It takes longer today to buy a packet of baccy or put petrol in the car than it did 20 years ago. I thought we were supposed to have flying cars by now. That never happened, other than in stupid films. We were led to believe that we'd have robot servants in the future. Now it seems we're more likely to have robot masters any day soon. Records were always more functional than CDs. CDs were meant to be indestructible. Bollocks. Mine were always skipping or sticking. sometimes even auto remixing, and unfortunately with a CD player you couldn't just give it a bash to sort it out like you could with a record player. We were certainly bent over and canonically pounded when we all went out and replaced our records with CDs. Now when you buy music you don't get anything tangible at all. It's a digital download. Same with movies, isn't it? What's the use of that? You can't even butter toast or play frisbee with them. Much of the music doesn't need to be of decent sound quality though, does it? Because most people, particularly the young, like to listen or have to listen to compressed music files through mediocre headphones on poor quality speakers from a phone or from a computer. Most of the mainstream music has very strange videos to go with it, for playing on MTV and YouTube and the like. Many of the images and behaviours in these videos appear to be conjured directly from Aleister Crowley's darkest fantasies. God knows what horrific phantasmagoria are conjured up in the imaginations of the open-minded young people who watch these videos. Maybe they would be a little bit safer if they weren't quite so mindlessly non-judgmental. But to be honest, what would I know? I avoid these videos, and most pop sounds like shit to me. In fact, many popular songs make me feel actual physical pain when I hear them. The music you listen to has a massive effect on the way you feel, including your emotional and mental well-being. Miserable, depressing music surely creates a mood of depression and despair in the listener. There may be a time and a place for all music, but if you listen to angry or depressing music all day long, you're going to be angry or depressed, aren't you? It's a good job I don't listen to angry music, or fuck knows what I'd be like. It's no surprise that the kids in the cities are going around stabbing each other if they're growing up listening to grime. I think I'd be stabbing my own ears if I had to listen to much of that. I know that certain music has been played at high volume as a form of torture for suspected terrorists by the United States military in Guantanamo, for example. My daughter regularly tortures me with stuff like Post Malone or Sam Smith. To be honest, it would only take a couple of bars of Nicki Minaj or Elton John, for example, to make me betray my country. So, has technology improved our lives? Well, if you're a child-grooming, porn-peddling social bully who enjoys hacking computers and watching fucked up music videos, you must be loving it right now, particularly if you hate freedom and good music. For the rest of us, it's more of a mixed blessing. Thank you, this is Cynical Butt. Cheerio.